Right, there you go. Yeah, it's come up green. So I'm obviously broadcast. I don't even know what platforms this is going out to. I have got no idea whatsoever. Um, but anyway, I've decided to do this. If you haven't already listened to it, I done a 5 hour live with Brian Harvey the other day. And it was really good. There was so much information in there. It's just mad, but it's well worth going to listen to. Although it was that they messed about with the live stream. Quite a few times through it, but when I say like it was a really good live, and like I hope to be doing more with him. Um, but yeah, that I mean that's just thing. But what's prompted this live is, and I know that I'm going to upset like a certain person, and it's not my intention to do so, but obviously when you want the truth, like, I have to ask the hard questions, and this concerns Angela Power Disney. She's a big advocate for Sabine O'Neill, and if it is true, then good on ya. But when I found out that she was in Bronzefield, I knew that I could, there's a good chance that I'll be able to, if she's in there, I'll be able to confirm it. And I've asked three different girls who are in Bronzefield, and they got back to me a couple of days ago, and I haven't known what to do with the information. But basically, unless she's in segregation or she's in the hospital wing, she's not in there, or that, or they have not heard of her. And as far as I'm led to believe, she's an older lady, so she would be known in there. There's no two ways about that. But I've done inquiries, and it's come back zilch. So you did offer on Facebook, Angela, to arrange a VO for me. And I'd like to take you up on that offer, if you don't mind, because it may be a misunderstanding, and if it is, I'm ever so sorry. But and it's just, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do this, but had to get that out of the way. But if you can arrange a visit, then I'd be very grateful, and then we'll be able to put this to rest. Also, John Wedger. Now, on the live that I done with Brian Harvey, we was talking about Baby P, and the the thing that is very suspicious is James Fielding. James Fielding was the one who either inserted John into the Baby P story, or it's a fake story. It's one or the other, because I've started to learn a lot about Bleaton media and how they work. But this, we discussed it, and then John done a New Year's Eve live. But what's very interesting, and what I don't understand, John, yeah, is you've only put it up on Facebook. You've only put your live up on Facebook. And on that live, you spoke about Baby P and some song that Ozzy Osbourne done for him. I never actually listened to it. Some girl did send it to me, but then I lost it, so I didn't actually listen to it. But why would you not put that up on YouTube? because your Facebook, it could only be going out to a small amount of people, and I find it very interesting that you chose to mention Baby P and this song that Ozzy, I don't even know, if I ain't got a clue, but there was something about Ozzy Osbourne and a song for Baby P. That makes it true then. But it's very interesting how you did not put it up on your YouTube channel. And I can only surmise. I can only, and I believe that you did that so that when questioned, if the question ever come up, you did that because you'll then say, "Oh, I addressed it on a video, on a fact which would have been taken down." That's what I think, to be quite honest with you, John. And then I saw your premiere earlier on, and you're on. He's on an American podcaster, or suppose she's meant to be American, and now he's changed laws. He's actually saying that he got laws changed in the United Kingdom. And I commented, and I commented under Nicky Cooper, yeah, and I asked him 2 questions, because what he did to me was bad enough, but it started with him, with the Andrew Ash, and that was when he was a supposed active police officer. Which is very weird. You can't find no pictures of him in there's nothing. It's and it just annoyed me because and there's so much bigger shit going on. And they just keep peddling their bullshit. Which leads me nicely on to another point that I want to bring up. And this is me and Brian, Brian realised quite a while ago that everyone seems like they're Mossad. How is that? How is that even possible? Well, I did put the video up on Facebook, and it's the one that says "Stop the Hate, Join the Fight" or something like that. Anyway, and it's by Memory Hold. Now, I'll tell you what, he found an advert, and this was recent. This was very, very, very recent. And he went on to Reddit. Now, even though this is in America, if you think that what goes on in America does not go on over here and vice versa, you're crazy. Right? Especially where the intelligence services are concerned. And, they obviously stopped being separate entities quite a while ago. But it all seemed like they'd all joined into Mossad. And Memory Hold found an advert on Reddit, and it was Naomi Campbell and some other bird. I recognised her, right? But Naomi Campbell as well. What the fuck is she doing on there? And it's an advert for people to join about Israel, pro-Israel, yeah. And they are actually advertising for people to go onto this app. Now, this app is called 4il.org.il, but the people that they're involved in, the whole thing, the app is called Actitel, Actil app, and it advertises itself as a pro-Israel app. But the further you go on, then it advertises, it says anyone can be an activist. You can engage in propaganda, right? And it gives out missions. It gives out actually missions, and it's mind blowing. It is actually mind blowing because they talk about hiring shills, and what's even worse is there's a sub project of this ACTIL, and it's called Camera. And Camera are involved in changing Wikipedia entries. And I mean, what? And they boast about changing things in Wikipedia and doing. It's just crazy, yeah. So please go and watch that. I mean, you all know. I mean, anyone who's followed me knows that Memory Hold for me is it. I was so lucky I found him in 2019, and you know what? He backs up everything he says. I mean, I'm not even doing it justice, really. Yeah, I'm just skimming it like so that you can go. I mean, you can go and view it on Facebook. Also, he's on BitChute, and it's on my BitChute channel as well. My BitChute channel is Nikki Cooper. But if at the Memory Hold, if you go onto BitChute, subscribe to it because the guy is amazing. Yeah. This Camera, they actively like change Wikipedia entries, and it is absolutely mind blowing. But like he said, it's given them a global digitalized army. Global. And that obviously, and they also run community workshops. Yeah. But what I will say is Black Cube have been active in Britain for decades. Yeah. And on a documentary that I put up, and it's on my BitChute channel, it's on my Facebook channel, it's called Lies, Spies and Something Else. And it was a British guy who belonged to Black Cube. And they was tasked with finding like these women that were making allegations against Weinstein and then destroying them. So, you know, now I'm thinking, where might they find willing people? And it even says, do you want to be involved in spreading propaganda? Have you ever been involved in propaganda? Would you like to be involved in propaganda? And you know, one place that springs to mind, the Trolling Academy and Crockall's Media. You know, and Hello Productions. It's just mind blowing. It really is mind blowing. It's definitely something to think about. I also it is on my BitChute channel, but also on his BitChute channel, and I've put it on Facebook. He does a 3 hour, and it basically he was saying about Pizzagate, and Pizzagate being a psyop. Now, that doesn't mean to say that he wasn't saying that there was parts of Pizzagate they're as real can be. But he did say that very early on there was, and they was pigeonholed into concentrating on Comet Ping Pong. And when that guy went and shot in the place, he it happened to go through a cupboard where the computer was housed, and it hit the computer hard drive, destroying everything on there. But they used that to bring in the fake news is dangerous, fake news, you know. And ever since then, yeah, I mean, you know, Pizzagate, it had so much truth to it, like the Arts and Embassies, Laura Silsby, the Clintons getting Laura Silsby off, Monica Peterson, she was a journalist who was killed. Oh no, sorry, she committed suicide. Yeah, you all know. But she was exposing. She went home. She was tweeting out about the Clinton Foundation and how corrupt and yeah. So she met a grisly little end. But it's a really good expose. Even though he's referring to America, you see it over here. Yeah. You see it over here. You saw it with the Andrew Ash interview. Yeah, you know, the writing's on the wall for these people, because they just regurgitate and regurgitate and regurgitate and regurgitate. And when you're in this world, you don't you want people to have a free flow of thinking, you know, a free thought. But yeah, yeah, in an ideal world. But yeah, no, I thought I'd do this. And Angela, if I have upset you, I am sorry, but I do say it how it is. It's no reflection on whether I like you or not, because I really do like you. But you know, if you, because my three mates, they would have found her if she was in there. But I'm willing to say that they may not. And you did say that she was getting repatriated to Germany. Do you mean deported? So basically the woman is on immigration watch, or she's on immigration. She must be if she's getting sent back to Germany. So yeah, I mean, but I am open if you want. If there's any way, you know, prove me wrong, and I will apologise. But yeah, so I know that's gonna cause problems now, but it is what it is. And I did say that I would ask my friends, and you know, they've come back and they've come. Well, they can't find no record of her in there, and if they can't find, you know, then they're not girls that ain't well known. So, and oh yeah, you might have all recognised I've got a different backdrop. I've changed my front room around, just for the new year really, and just wanted to have something different or do something different for the new year. But yeah, and happy New Year everybody. But yeah, so. See what this year brings. more John Wizard bullshit. But you know, and if you want to put me down as a troll, I mean that is ridiculous, because I commented under my proper name, didn't hide it, and I asked you two very good questions. One was, what about Andrew Ash, John? You was well involved in that. That was my first comment. And my second comment was, Was you part of Operation Fernbridge? And then I put which you basically walked Brian Harvey into whilst you was an active police officer. Yeah. And yeah, someone liked my comment after pretty quickly actually. So yeah, but no, it's not about trolling. It's about asking legitimate questions, because never mind about me. When he walked Brian into that scenario with Andrew Ash, yeah, he was an active police officer, and that's been confirmed by him. 2013. And obviously the person who stayed out of the camera but was there for the interview was James Fielding. And James Fielding now apparently works for the Daily Mail. So yeah, make of that what you will. But anyway, I'm going to keep it quite short. But yeah, no, I just wanted to do this live because it just fucks me off, to be quite honest with you. It you know, and yeah. So, well, I'll see you all soon. Bye.